Good morning to all. Welcome back to my channel. Hi, this is Mr. Manojan Sahu. Today, we are going to solve the computer networks and internet protocol of week 11 assignment element SWAYAM January 2025. Whose last date is 9th April 2025. Now, guys, let's start to solve the questions. You can see here there are near about 10 questions. Okay, 10 questions, and we'll try to attempt the 10 questions one by one. No. Let's start the first question here. The first question is asking about address resolution protocol. ARP is primarily concerned with. For options are given. For option you can choose to resolve the IP address to the MAC address. To resolve the IP address to the MAC address. Option number 1. Now let's discuss in briefly that why we choose these options. See, this is the first one. Okay. This is the first one. You can see here, this is the first one. Now, so what is an ARP? ARP is a protocol used in the IP networks to map an IP address layer 3 to MAC address layer 2. This is necessary because of the device of the local network communicate using the MAC address at the data link layer. But application use the IP address at the network layer. So, especially to resolve the IP address to the MAC address, this is the correct one. So ARP takes an IP address and finds the corresponding MAC address by broadcasting an ARP request to the local network. And if you choose option B, then it may be incorrect because to resolve the host name to the IP address. So this is the role of a DNS, domain name systems, not ARP. And if you choose the third option, to resolve port number to the IP address, that is port numbers are part of the transport layer, that is TCP and UDP, and ARP does not deal with them. And the last option, that is to resolve the MAC address to the IP address, that is this is the reverse of a ARP function is handled by RARP, reverse ARP, address resolution protocols, a less common protocol. That's why the most appropriate and the correct option is to resolve the IP address to the MAC address. Okay, now let's move to the question number 2. The question number 2 is identify the wrong statement in the following. Okay, identify the wrong statement in the following. The question is, boot is a legacy protocol used in the assign IP address and other configuration information to the device during the startup. So another is a true statement. And second option, the option number 2, that is boot avoid the DHCP to support the dynamic IP addressing and reusable address. Third is DHCP and BOTP serves the purpose of the following IP address and configuration to the device, and none of them. So the wrong statement you can choose, that is true option number B. True option number B. So let's describe it. So why we choose the option number B? Because in the first statement, the bootstrap protocol, that is dynamic host control protocol, they both use to assign the IP address and configuration information to the device on the network. Okay, so in case of statement 1, that is boot is a legacy protocol used in the assigning IP address and other configuration information to the device during the start. What this is a correct statement. Boot was designed to provide IP address and boot information to diskless workstation during the workshop. So second statement is a incorrect statement. This is an incorrect statement because the evaluation is the other way around. The DHCP evolved both the boot BOOTP, and the DHCP is an extension of a BOOTP, adding features like dynamic IP address allocations, list timing, reusable address, and BOOTP doesn't support the dynamic address. It assigns a static IP address. But in case of a statement, third option, start segments, both DHCP and BOOTP serves the purpose of the proposing IP address and configuration to the device. This is also a correct statement because both the protocols provide IP address and configuration for the DHCP is a more advanced. And the last option is, since the statement B is wrong, this option is incorrect. Okay. Now the most appropriate option is option B, that is called boot effort from the DHCP to support the dynamic IP addressing and reusable addresses. Okay, now moving to the question number 3. The question number 3 is asking about which port number does DHCP use for client server communication at layer 2? Client server communication, that is UDP 67 and 68. 3 option B. 3 option B. You can see here the dynamic host configuration protocol DHCP operates at the application layer, but it uses the UDP at the transport layer for communications layer 2 protocols. The question reference layer 2, asking about layer 2, seems to be mistake. It is likely means to the transport layer, that is layer 4, communication between the client and the server. So DHCP uses the following port, that is UDP 67 and UDP 68. UDP 67 is especially used for DHCP server to send the response, and 68 is client to send the request. Now, what is TCP8? TCP8 is used for HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, not DHCP, and DHCP does not use TCP, Transmission Control Protocol. Option number B is the appropriate option, that is this one is the correct statement as the standard port for DHCP communications. And option C, these ports, that means port 80 and 81, these ports are not used by the DHCP. And the last option, that is UDP, that is 23, port 23, which is used for telnet, not for DHCP. Okay, that's why the most correct option is option number B, UDP 67 and 68. Now moving to the question number 4. That is, which protocol is used to prevent bridge loops in Ethernet network? Bridge loop, that is spanning tree protocol. That is 4 option D, spanning tree protocol. Okay, so we have to discuss one by one. So bridge loops occurs in Ethernet network when there is enough time pass between the switches and the bridge, so causing packets to loop indefinitely. So point-to-point protocol used for point-to-point connection, that is one connection, not for preventing loops in the Ethernet network. Okay, so in option number B, that is dynamic host configuration protocol DHCP is used for IP address assignment, not for loop prevention. And option number C, address resolution protocols map IP address to the MAC address not related to the loop resolution. But in option number 4, spanning tree protocol especially designed to prevent the bridge loops in Ethernet network by creating a loop-free topology. It disables redundant paths while ensuring connectivity. So the most correct and appropriate option is option number D, spanning tree protocol, that is STP. Okay. Now moving to the question number 5. Which features is concerned with trunk links in the VLAN based network? VLAN based network, that is both the statements, that is it can carry data from the multiple VLAN over a single physical connection, and it allows the VLAN to span across a multiple switches, enabling seamless communication for the devices in the same VLAN even if they are connected to a different switches. So both the statements are features concerned with the trunk, that is 5 option C. 5 option C. Next, if you see, we analyze the 4 options one by one. So the first one is the trunk links in VLAN based network are used to connect the switches and carry traffic for multiple VLANs. The second one is the trunk links. And the first statements, it can carry data from the multiple VLAN over the single physical connection, that is this is the correct statements. The trunk link uses the IEEE 802 IQ to carry the traffic for multiple VLANs over a single links. Okay, the second, this is the first one, and this is the second statement. The second statement is also a correct statement. Trunk links enables the VLAN to extend across switches, ensuring devices in the same VLAN can communicate regardless their physical switches. So both statements are true. Both the statements are true features of the trunk links. So that's why the correct option is option number C. Option number C, that is both I and IL. Clear? Now moving to the question number. You can choose question number 5 is clear. Question number 6. Move to the question number 6. The question number 6 is which provides a solution to the hidden terminal problem in the wireless LAN. Okay. Which one of the following is provide a solution to the hidden terminal problem in the wireless LAN? You can choose the option that is RTS or CTS mechanism. That is 6 option A. 6 option A, RTS or CTS mechanism. The hidden terminal problem in wireless sensor, that is LAN, of course, when two devices cannot hear each other, that is due to distance or obstacles, but both can communicate with a common access point leading to the polygonals. So RTS or CTS mechanism, request to send or clear to send. RTS means request to send or clear to send. This is the correct solutions because it is a part of the CSMA, that is carrier sends multiple access and CA protocol in IEEE. Got it? Now 802.11, a device sends an RTS frame to the access point, which respond with a CTS frame reversing a channel and informing all the devices and engine to avoid transmission, thus preventing the collision. But if you go to the option number B, that is backup timers, these are due to the managed contention by the delaying transmission delay after a collision, but they do not specifically address the hidden terminal problem. The third option, that is interframe space, that is IFS, defines waiting period from the frame to prioritize access, but it does not solve the hidden terminal problem. Then option D is none of this, so incorrect. The RTS and CTS is the common solution. So the final answer will be option A, RTS or CTS mechanism. Okay. Now moving to the question number 7. A problem is there. Okay. Now we will analyze these problems. Now, given a wireless network using CSMA or CA, carrier sends multiple access with a collision avoidance, where the transmission time of a data frame is 200 ms. The contention window backup time in the event of the collision is always slow on an exponential backup mechanism with a random backup time selected from the ranges from 0 to 10 slots. Each slot is 10 ms. A collision happens and a backup time retransmission is selected randomly with 0 to 10 slots. What is the total time spent in ms for the fast retransmission if the backup time is randomly selected to be 7 slots? Ignore the time spent in the fast transmission attempt. Option last one is, if you calculate, you get 270 ms. Now see how the 270 ms we calculate. Answer will be this one, 270 ms. Okay. Now see, transmission time of a data frame is 200 ms. Here the transmission time, you can see transmission time of the data frame is 200 ms. Then what is about the backup time ranges from 0 to 10? Backup time selected from 0 to 10 slots. Okay. 10 slots, which each slot being 10 ms. So selected backup time will be 7 slots. So total time for retransmission, that is equal to backup time plus transmission time, ignoring the first attempt. So now calculate the backup time. Backup time equal to 7 slots into 10, that is equal to 70 ms. Now transmission time for the retransmission, that is transmission time equal to 200 ms. So total time is equal to backup timing, you can see the formula, backup timing plus transmission timing, that is 70 plus 200, that is 200 ms. So the correct option is option D, 200 ms. Now moving to the question number 8. In which layer spanning tree protocol STP to work? In which layer spanning tree protocol will be work? So we choose 7 option D. Now moving to the question number 8. Question number is asking about which spanning tree protocol works. It works in layer 2. 8 option A. In layer 2. 8 option A. See, spanning tree protocol STP is used to prevent the breach loop in Ethernet network by creating a loop-free topology. STP operates at layer 2 data link layer, that is equal to OSI model. OSI model, you have to make a short formula PDNT SPA. The model because it deals with the MAC address and Ethernet frames managing connectivity between the switches and the switches. Network 3 layer deals with the IP address. Remember, network 3 layer deals with the IP address and routing. Network 4 layer deals with the transport layer with the TCP and UDP. And network 5, layer 5 session layer, that is called session layer, managed session, which is only related to STP. So option A, layer 2. Option A, layer 2 means this one. Okay, layer 2, this one is the correct statement. Okay, so at layer 2. Got it? 8, option A. Now moving to the question number 9. Question number 9 is the configuration of a DHCP dynamic control protocol server is follows network address this one and reverse address is this one for the routers and server. How many addresses are available in the clients? 4 options are given. Okay, 4 options are given. So out of these 4 options we choose the most appropriate option is 234. If you calculate, you will find 234, that is called option number 6, option C. Now let's calculate. Network address is already given 192.0.1.0/24. Net, the subnet max means there are 24 bits for the network. So leaving 8 bits for the host. The total address is 28, that is equal to 2 to the power 56, that is 2 to the power 8, that is equal to 256, 28256. Now breaking down these points, we will get 192.0.1.0 is the network address. Okay, and this is the broadcast address. So on the usable address is for the host equal to 256 minus 2, that is equal to 254. So reverse address is this one, and number of reverse address equal to 20 from the 192.0.1.1 to 192.0.1 to 20 inclusive. So address available for the client, total usable address is 244. Subtract reverse address, that is equal to 254 minus 20. This one, that is equal to 234. So the correct option is option C, 234. Now the last question is matching a table, matching the following: Ethernet working group, that is equal to 802.3. Okay, so this is A3. Then B, mesh working is 802.11. So this is option D. And Wi-Fi in TV spectrum white spaces, that is 802.11 AS. Okay, and power control will be 802.11H, and the last one handover is 802.11H. Okay, you can see here. Got it? Okay, got it? So the correct option will be option number D. Option number D. Once again we'll try to verify the answer. So let's start the first question. So first question, answer A. Question number 1 A. Question number 2 option B. Question number 3 option B. Question number 4 option D. Question number 5 option C. Question number 6 option A. Question number 7 option D. Question number 8 option A. Question number 9 option C. Question number 10 option D. Now I am going to submit the answer of this question. Please wait while the assignment is submitted. Thank you for taking the week 11 assignment 11. Your answers are successfully submitted. Okay guys, we successfully attended all the 10 questions with the explanations, and it will be beneficial when you are going to face an examination of NPTEL. Okay, because the details explanation is given, the center of question may be fall in your examinations, or there are some changes but the formula is same. Okay, that's why you just follow these steps. So if you like this video, you can share our channel to your friends and colleagues so that other people can get the solution of it. And till then, you have any questions, any doubt, you can put your questions in your comment box. You are most welcome, and study hard. All the best.